Hi, it's Connie Erickson, and I am fairly live. And today I want to talk about setting boundaries. And last week I talked about keeping the peace and why keeping the peace really doesn't work in the long run. And today I want to talk about setting boundaries, which is way more helpful than just keeping the peace. So I use the examples of keeping the peace and today setting boundaries with your in laws. And you can do it with anything, and I'm just using the example of in laws. But here I go. Sometimes, no matter what relationship you're in, your partner's family can be really annoying. And there's a really good reason for that because frequently we pick families that are unlike ours, right? It's attractive. For example, if you come from a really close knit family, it can feel like a breath of fresh air to meet someone from a family who's not all in your business. Finally, room to breathe, right? And that frequently works pretty well until kids come into the picture or there's a major event like illness. Even a wedding can highlight differences that no longer feel attractive. Think about it, like you have kids and suddenly that family that was so cool and let you do your own thing is just not available to babysit, or the nice close-knit family seems like they're breathing down your neck with parenting advice. Why can't they just mind their own business? So some of the things that we find attractive early on get unattractive, and even if you find someone with a similar family style to your own, there's things that drive you nuts. So if you haven't already done so, now is the time to set boundaries. It can be really uncomfortable. People are not going to like what you have to say, and there will be some hurt feelings. But the sooner you do it, the better. Not setting boundaries makes things so much worse. It leads to confusion and even more awkwardness and deeper, stronger hurt feelings. Not just the momentary, uncomfortable kind, but big resentment kind. Things run so much more smoothly when everyone knows what's expected of them. So I'm just going to give you some quick examples of boundary settings, and these are some things that you could say to people, and you'll understand. Maybe you'll recognize your situation in some of them. So here I go. Mom, you may not criticize my wife's cooking. Yes, I understand you're trying to be helpful, but it feels helpful. It feels hurtful, and I will not tolerate it. I know you have a different relationship with my brother and his wife, but when you visit us, you have to call first. I know you really want us to stay for a week, but we're only comfortable staying 3 days. Even with each other, boundary setting is important. I know you said you were just kidding, but I don't want you to make fun of me in public. It hurts. I think we should only go out with your friends one night a weekend. I want it to be just us on Friday nights. So hopefully these examples give you some idea of what I'm talking about. So, another one will be like, I expect you to call if you're going to be 20 minutes late. You're really just setting boundaries and setting up expectations. So these are all examples. How do you know when you need to set a boundary? So just notice if you're feeling uncomfortable after interacting with someone, it might be time to think about setting boundaries. Identify when you've started feeling uncomfortable, and it might be a boundary issue. So, in your mind, I know I'm always talking about rewinding the game tapes, but in your mind, review the scene. What was your discomfort related to? Was it maybe their behavior, their expectation, your behavior, or your expectation? What do you wish happened instead? So, think about that and then rehearse it in your mind and tell the other person. It's really that simple. I felt uncomfortable when you did or said blah, blah, blah. Next time, I wish you would whatever you want them to do instead. You might even need to say that to yourself. I felt uncomfortable when I said yes, even though I wanted to say no. Next time, I won't say yes right away. I'll say, let me think about that and get back to you. Ask your partner to respect those personal boundaries and ask them to help you set up and what's the word I'm looking for? Set up and establish and keep those boundaries. Say, I need your help. Please step in when your mom wants to discipline our children. And if you're the partner and your partner asks you for help in setting reasonable boundaries, be brave. Step up. I guarantee you these short-term uncomfortableness will save you in the long run. Short-term discomfort goes a long way in building a solid long-term foundation and appreciation from your partner. I know this topic is something that you might not have thought about in this particular way, so please drop comments, ask questions. If you're not in my Facebook group, you can comment on YouTube or even email me at Connie@insightbasedchange.com. I hope this is helpful. See you next time.